Scoring at this number, I'm at list 4.
And we're gonna be playing Mars Logistics again. Because we're gonna be playing Mars Logistics again. That's just how things are gonna be going. Anyway, so I'm gonna start that up now. Mars first. Mars first. Or, I could turn up my voice. That's another option. Hello. Is that a little bit more? Yeah, that's a little bit more sensible. Let's promote you. Come to meow.com. Automap's gonna kick in soon. You're gonna be banned. Your spot in the chat is about to get banned. Okay, let's get to this. Hello. I do love how the Steam notifications don't actually show this way. So there's that. Oh, this. Well, there was at least that. Okay. Do I want to do this with this atrocity that I have created? There's other things to do. Like deliver the saw, which will give me bubbles. That's nice. I could deliver a donut. So far nobody's here. Gonna open my monster. And drink that primarily, actually, this time, because I consumed something acidic before starting up the stream, which might... Oh, 5x3 plate. I actually want that. I'm probably going to do that then. And I kind of want to know what these bubbles are. Wish that I could move those so that I could actually have like a priority. Wedge. Which is interesting. What you gonna do about it? Okay. And a pinwheel. A 1x1 plate. I kind of want to do that, but I just want to do that because I have history with the pinwheel. I got relations, but I could do that real quick. Oh, so I deliver it from there. Yeah, I could definitely do that real quick. Maybe I missed. There it is. There we are. Although, gosh, maybe I do need to turn it down further. I gotta watch that audio spike there. Okay, let's see. No, it's not that bad. Eh. It's not spiking. Like it feels like it probably should be. This will be a way better test of whether or not this thing can actually function. I should really try the super fragilistic expialidocious technique that I wanted to do. Okay. Probably still can recover this, but not gonna be the funnest of experiences. I don't really want to do that. You know what? Let's just start this off the way that we start off all of these. Okay, if I do that. Ooh. Okay, super cadre last for physics, reality doses. Ah. Okay, not really what I wanted to do with the you know what? I'm probably gonna. Okay, first things first. Probably shouldn't do this, but I'm just gonna save that. Next up, changing to carabiner, because this thing seems to need a carabiner. And just resetting that so that I can actually get this done. Still nobody in the chat. That was Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Guess I never stream on Monday. I guess people hate Mondays. Or something. Okay. Wonder if it's my fault. It might be. It wasn't really Kermity. I don't want to think about stuff like that. Got love. Attention to detail. I forgot that I could do this. Okay, so. Gonna bonk the stinking mic a few times. You know how it is. You know. Yeah, whatever. Not like it's suddenly more doable. Or lesser so. There we go. Could use this thing. Well, that is just the kind of night that I was having last night. Just straight up. There we go. Just straight up. There we go. It's just straight up that kind of night. Last night, I was trying to sleep because I was like, I'm going to probably stream tomorrow. I don't really want to stream tomorrow. But I'm probably going to stream whether or not I want to. Ooh, music's coming in. That's pretty good. Okay, so how much thrust do I want to put into this? Not much. If I can avoid the ample thrust, I probably want to do that. No. Thank you. There we go. Yep. That is not what I was intending to do. But you know what? It worked out. Fine with it. Whether or not I really am fine with it, I'm fine with it. I'm gonna be fine with it. I just gotta be fine with it. Okay. Cool music going off, being cool. Great. Deleting checkpoints didn't enter. Hey, it's Late Joiner. Hello, Late Joiner. You're not that late at all. It's just been 18 minutes. Okay, I thought that the recording time was the streaming time for a second there, and it said 000, so I had a little micro panic there. But you're only 18 minutes in, okay? You got plenty of stream left available for you. I chose a little pinwheel because I apparently was going to be tortured by a pinwheel today. That's just why I chose it, apparently. Didn't know that when I chose it, but that's apparently exactly why I chose it. Okay, little pinwheel. You're going to hopefully start cooperating sometime soon. Although I don't think the steep cliff will, so I'm not going to blame you too much if you don't. Somehow I was wrong. That buzzing noise always gets me. I'm probably not using that 1x1 plate, but I was doing the pinwheel, so it's worth it. I did a pinwheel. Pay 93 expires in 10 minutes. Expires in 5 minutes. 1 15-degree bend. 1 corner, 2 times 2 times. Okay, I'm not doing that right now, but that's bubbles. If I want to have some bubbles, I can go down the routes with that. I think that's actually pretty interesting. I don't know what bubbles are. A 1 times 3 plate, though. That I will most certainly fast travel to. Hello. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now we got a pipe, and we're moving a pipe. Up the hill and through the woods, through the pipe we go. I think it might expire in 5 minutes, guys. What are we gonna do? Okay, we got a new point of the pointiest point style. I can deliver a short slider. Okay, short slider's interesting, but not too interesting. Deliver a leaf ball, or I can figure out what these saws are. Okay. Probably gonna do that so that I can hook in. Probably going to want to undo the okay. Got this. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Yeah, probably gonna need to do this one in reverse. This part. Okay. Let's try and go slow down the cliff again, because that is apparently going to be my life for a few minutes. Tutorial on how to go slowly down cliffs. Or a little bit quicker than you meant to go down cliffs. Okay. Let's try and get this a little bit better oriented. There we go. There we go. I keep on thinking that that's one of my kittens, like, on my stinking seat. I'm like, what the crap is that tapping noise? That music was, very tappy. Well, not kittens anymore. They're puppies. Again, it's circle bureaucrats, but I just some things that want to be in the house. So, it is what it is. Heck. This will be interesting to try. Great. Great. Awesome. Exactly what I wanted. Okay, so. Given the consequence of this current situation. Okay, so I can get a grip. Maybe. Given a lot of maneuvering. Okay. Of course, I actually flipping do not go the direction that I just pointed. Because why would I? Great, great, great. Okay, I may not have thought of this design as much as I thought I did. So... there we go. Okay. Okay, maybe my flawless design is not as flawless as I would prefer. Okay. We're just gonna have to tough through it. Okay, let's go. I do feel like it probably didn't need to do show this excessively with the stinking bearing noise, but is what it is. So far, it actually does seem to be working, though it is making me have the world's largest headache. Okay, what the crap are bubbles? That's a bubble. Okay. Now that I have a bubble, what is a bubble for? Wow, it did give me more of a headache than I thought it did. Gosh. Bubbles. Weight, 0.5. In inventory, 1. On vehicle, 0. F to buy. Would have enjoyed a, little description. Extends and retracts. Nothing. Okay, so it's aesthetic. Or, to help with a specific type of grabbing, I don't know. Maybe it's to make a proton beam. We'll figure that out later. Um, so... I, for instance... don't have anything to do that. Okay. Okay. How about instead of all that, just do this. And then was this 5 by and not really all that useful. 5 by 1, have one of those. So if I, for instance, take this guy, put him on either side. Got 2 of them. Yeah, I got. I wonder where that came from. How do I have multiple? Wow, so lucky. Almost like I've been playing stinking Butcher the Machine. Butcher a la Ode to Butcher of the Machine or something like that. I don't know. Something French. Okay, there we go. Still a stupid method of sitting down and whatever. Let's sit down and admit that this is probably going to have to look like this and move on with day, because if I don't, the consequences may be dire. And that around. Boop. 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 Last one in there is the last piece in there. Haha. I tricked you into thinking that I didn't want you in there. Okay. Crap. They got the revenge. Excuse me. Revenge of the parts. Okay. That is what that is. Whatever that is, that is. Although technically, I could do that. Now it looks even more like a satellite dish. Okay, and now I got my satellite dish. I forget what it's called in Star Wars, but there's a method of adding random garbage to make things look like they're doing something. Deliver batteries. There's deliver pumpkin, which is a triangular panel. Quarter spacer. And a 3x3 plate. All existing options. Options in existence, one and all. But I've been delaying this stupid battery for long enough. It's time to do the stupid battery. How much you want to bet that it's going to slip through one of these holes? I don't really need any of those at this point. That solves that problem pretty perfectly. Do wish that I could just... But I already have a length issue with this. I'd have to probably add in a spare piston to, actively speaking, expand out a little bit more even. Which could get a little bit obnoxious after a certain point. Do kind of want to have something that'll just pull my stinking shocks down so that I can actively reach stuff, but I guess I could also just, you know, have a better extended out piston situation. It's not really gonna solve the problem. But okay. Extend. Undo. Extend. Undo. And then great. Then paint job wise. Look at my crap. Yeah. Undo what I've just did. I think that'll be good for that. There we go. Nice, quick, simple. I guess it's actually it. Yep. I technically could make that some other color. Like, I could make it green. If I so choose. I could also, you know, not have that. Replace it with something more sensible, like a grill. Obviously. What the crap? Okay. Nope. Grips. A bumper is a grip. So piston and a servo are the only things with descriptions. Oh wait, no, passive joints also have descriptions. So power joints and passive joints. These joints are the only ones with descriptions. The other ones, figure it out yourself. And then you have undiscovered. Okay. Fine. Gas tank. I'll do that. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Really need to redesign this thing. Gotta be honest. Fine. Do feel like if you're gonna have things that are kind of built to compress against things, you don't always have to stinking make it that annoying. I might just turn off SFX for that. Just so that I can, actively speaking, have this thing operational. I'm just gonna do that. Escape. Settings. Audio. SFX volume. Out. Okay. I'm gonna turn that back on in a good second. Just need to not hear dying servo noises. My servo is just fine. Your servo is dying! There we go. Actually, a little bit up. And of course, we're going to want to actually... We're apparently going to want to destroy the box. The box has vexed us in some manner of which I am unaware. Okay. Hold there, please. There we go. How? Seems correct. Okay. We got this one too. That's great. So... let me turn this around. Till we get this one the way we want it. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Both batteries in the originally intended orientation. Out of the way. Close the box. This is a... okay, whatever. And... go back into settings. Now I have my audio back. Get back to work. That's my job. The most useful bumpers out there are sideways. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I have successful missions end to end for like an extensive period, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm driving on ice. What the crap is that? I probably could have also instituted a divider to actively make sure they didn't rock around so much, mitigating glitches, but oh, what you gonna do? That's the side of a cliff. I don't really need to go directly there. I don't know of any better terrain. Oh, just follow the flipping edge work. Or, you know. I think that was probably my original path. And I'm probably just gonna go all straight through at that point. Okay, let's go. Definitely wishing I had a booster at this point. It's like a little rocket booster to make things go faster. I was thinking about trying to, like, part of every wheel add in a servo to try and boost up torque. Seeing if that worked. But that would definitely need audio adjustments to make sure that things didn't go badly. Here we go. I mean, I don't really need to worry about all these little itty-bitty things, but like my wheels probably could take it. Apparently they can't. Apparently I'm dead wrong. What we're talking about here. Can't really do much about that, but I can understand that I'm supposed to, actively speaking. Yeah, thanks for that. Didn't really mean to, actively speaking, have that delete right then, but okay. More glass. More drive skating. Because that's what I use Heavy Tread for. Ice ballerina aim. All around the place. Better not lose your stinking grip. It's stinking... I'm not gonna stinking make that joke right now because it's just its own implement. There we go. Ergo, I go up though. What the crap? No. Flip, flip. Whatever. I have been so delayed. Gosh, that's frustrating. Anyway. Okay. Why are you like the way you are? Because I went the wrong way. Sure. Pretty much both batteries are in? Yep, both batteries are in. Great. Under 1 kilometer. Am I the only one who feels like that doesn't really sound like a success effect? Sound effects? Okay, I remember this place. Okay. Okay, I remember what I'm dealing with here. Thankfully this time I didn't include stupid boosters that actively did little more than just make my life harder. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I still need to flip in. Let's try and make this as straight a line as I can. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not at all what I was trying to do. Why is there 0 traction on this side of the map? What is the difference here? Why? Okay. Let's try and aim for that. Let's see if we can pull this off. Is there like a better incline anywhere? Like if I just zoom out, there's this. So if I, for instance, tried. Also, yeah, I wish that I'd added those turbos. That just sucked right there. That was just crap for no good reason. Let's see, does that, like, open up the space? Kind of. Don't think I got money back for that, so I probably shouldn't do that in general. Oh, come on. There we go. Whatever. What the crap ever. Yet again, to lose power for no good reason. Thanks. I've... Goodness. Thanks so much for that. You gotta be kidding me. They flipped me that far around. They wouldn't even at the voice speaking let me retract without objecting. And then... oh, great. It's just what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Welcome to Tedium, where things are going to get tedious very quickly. And I get to work my way out of a rut, while I can't reset my gosh goober video. Blech. Well, I can't reset my stinking vehicle. Okay. Why do my super traction wheels have 0 traction? Next time on questions. It's less of a climb, but it is gosh gooping a climb, nonetheless. Gosh, is it a headache. Far from impossible, but equally far from pleasant. At this point, I might as well just go up all the way. Just whatever. Let's try this crazy method. Why? Come on. Whenever my thing starts turning, my wheels start moving, it loses traction for some reason in this terrain. But if I stand perfectly still, starts regaining it. How is this flat terrain? The answer is it is not. I was lied to. Thank you for removing my waypoints that I was actively using. I didn't need those. And how does it have no traction on this terrain? It's barely slanted. This is ridiculous. There is terrain where it makes sense, and then there is terrain where it gets a little... this makes sense. I can do this. Let's just thinking rotate that until my ears bleed, and then let's move on. Woohoo! Where is my traction? Oh, where is my traction? Either way. I'm in a bit of a complaining mood because I unlocked something earlier today in another video game. Not this video game, but I unlocked something in a previous video game that I was playing. Where it was like a 5-month thing for me to actively unlock. That's not even including the break that I took. That's just straight up my calculation on how long it probably took in general. And then it was just nothing more than an in-app purchase thing because it was a stupid mobile game. So I'm slightly pissed off, but not really at Mars First. More just at that whole state of affairs. Why? Oh, come on. I shouldn't have added this much weight. This is partly my fault. If I hadn't have gone so whole ham with the design, I probably could even climb this, but seems decisions that were made were not the wisest decisions. Okay. Where does this go? Not really where I'd want to. Then again, I want to go up there. It's not really letting me. Why do I sit down and have to deal with ice treads? What part of my design choices led to that? You know, weight is supposed to increase traction, right? And decrease jump. What the crap was that? I'm confused beyond normal states of confusion. Sorry, late joiner, that you're having to deal with this. Come on, come on, come on, sneak in there, sneak in there. Okay. Why did that toss? Come on, stop. Why didn't that stop? Feeling like this is getting a little bit boring. Mainly because I'm starting to get bored myself. And I can't floop and fix that. Okay. Let's try this. Don't ice skate. Stop flooping. Come on. You got this. You got this. Oh, come on. There we are. Okay. I start moving my tires and I instantly start falling. You see this? There's some nauseousness. Okay. Come on. Okay. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. How do I do this? First off, I stop falling every single time I hit the accelerator. That'd be nice if I could actively speak and do that. I have to question why the crap. Is it this complicated? Come on. Servos keep dying, and I can't even just replace... I can't remove just 2 wheels. Just 2 wheels, because if I start removing things, then my stinking batteries drop out of me and I got problems. Because I can't pick those batteries back up where I currently am. That would have been a good place to try and slowly climb, probably. Alright, so that's what I was trying to do. Okay, okay. Let's just get this in. Please. I think the treads on these tires are just for show. They're show tires. Apparently the suspension is just for making jumps. What the crap was that? Point of suspension, to keep the tires on the ground so that the traction can maintain. The point of tire tracks is to keep the traction so that steering is maintained. Neither of these things are doing what they are supposed to. Why? All I'm getting are jumps. I don't know why. Just because it has a spring? 1 hour, 20 minutes. Shock and surprise, the batteries are taking forever again. Come on, come on. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Land on tires, come on. I'm gonna try the distance so that I can actively speak and see whether or not that'll actively even work. Yeah, too far out. Can't really do that. Like, technically, I'm probably safe. But don't really want to be out here. Yeah, no. And again, the annoying stinking sound that really did not need to be that bad. Just let me do the flooping. This thing has a lot of momentum. That is very much accurate to weight. This thing has very little traction. That is not so accurate to weight. This thing keeps on jumping. That is very much not accurate to a heavy object. Look, beepy beepy, I'm just going around the corner. Can you please just not? Zero traction. I was turning left there. It just decided that I wasn't. Okay, might not be playing this next time. Don't know how I am supposed. Yep, I hear you. Shut up. That was my turn. I don't know why. Thing cannot maintain steering controls. Okay. What was that? Straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. I start messing with an arm. Now it's stinking curved for some reason. I don't press anything. I don't do any buttons. And it's jumping all over the place again. Which, again, if it weighs so much that it's struggling to climb, wouldn't that prevent it from jumping? There's literally two medium strength suspenders in this whole thing, and then all the rest of the other four. You know what? I can't mess with anything. I can't replace two suspensions because it just, actively speaking, kills the entire open project. So, gosh, but I can't maintain this. Mainly because this is just irritating to deal with. Okay. Just gonna have to bite the bullet. I have to try to make this lighter, meaning that I'm gonna have to apparently do that. Which actually. Yeah, sure. Fine. Whatever. There. Dealt with. Next up. This is going to use these stupid corner pieces. Not what I meant to do. Of course it resets. Why wouldn't it reset? Not the button I meant to press. And can't really do anything about that. Ah. That doesn't really exist. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really... That's not worth anything. That's not worth anything. Okay. That stinks. But almost there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Let's just combine materials until something works. It's not gonna work. I don't really need. Okay. Boom. Don't think I got a 2x1 anything. So that'll be what that'll be. There. Other than that, that's about all sealed up as it can be. That's about as sealed up as it can get. And for this, boom. Paint job wise, not at all what I was planning on. I was thinking coloring things with the pink thing. Don't know why it defaulted to that. Gonna move on with day. Now for the fun part. Realizing I forgot the suspension part. If I go over here, I think that these are the... That's the light spring. And that's the medium. Okay. Oh, that's the medium spring. Okay. Okay, those are two light springs. There should be two medium springs. Great. All of them are light springs. Okay. Hopefully that helps with the bouncing. That's what I'm hoping. On that, little ways to lower down weight. And one answer is just unfortunately rail suspension. When everything's aligned, you got plenty of hammers. Do you feel like... Not what I meant to press. There, buddy. Where did I use that? Ah. Apparently extensively. Thankfully it's cheap. Just gonna ignore the overhead and start up with the completion. Spacers? Yeah, there's spacers. Yeah, we got spacers. That should hopefully save up on some weight. These are literally connected to nothing. So, gonna move on. And these are connected to nothing. Bumper in the back. Great. Great. How about that instead? That looks good. That looks pretty decent. How about not destroying the connection to the entirety of the system? How in the world did I set this up that stupendously incompetently? How was I that stupid? Somehow, I think we'll never know. Or we'll know plenty quick. I'll figure that out another time. Let's just make the front like this. No problems. Great. Let's save up on some weight there. that's about all I can do for saving weight. I could also mitigate these, but I don't know, I don't want to. And also, I could also remove this, which... How much weight does that add? 2.0. Each one of these is 1 point of weight. Each one of these is 2 points of weight. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. And each one of those is 2 points of weight. That's nice. Although I could... close this. There. Hopefully that will ease up on some things. Copy. Tag. White. That makes sense. That makes sense. There we go. Hopefully that can fix a couple of problems right there. Don't know. Can't really tell for sure. And as far as anything else goes, controls wise, I'm sure that got all kerfuffled. This one is going to be looked at from this perspective, meaning that forward and backward. There we go. Where's one? I'm pretty sure these are actually all just one. So it's just 3. Okay. Okay, I might need to work on that. There we go. I'm gonna pretend like I don't care about that. Okay. I've got a few minutes to actually do this, and only a little bit of patience left. So, let's see what we can do with just a little bit of patience and a little bit of time. A very little bit of patience. Apparently, it inverted my stinking stuff, so... That's weird. Now I got it. Okay. Okay. Why do I even try some of these days? Okay. Okay. This is... There we go. Okay. Maybe that's the solution, just have a second switch that's just going in the opposite direction. There we go. Both of them are in. And now we close the door. Okay. Let me bring back the sound. Hopefully with what little weight I've saved, I will save myself a little bit of time, but this is not giving me much hope. Come on, come on. Come on. Nope. Not going so good so far. Come on. I just... Cheers to my own coffee mug. I'm not egotistical. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Come on, cup holder. You know, that's not the correct direction. Oh, come on. Flip, flip, flip. Crap. Great. You know, when I was saying flip, I didn't mean that. And I definitely didn't mean that. Escape to that stupid hole. Which means it's gonna escape later. Oh, no, escape through that hole. Time to go back to the drawing board, because apparently some people don't close the holes that they make. That should have been fine. Oh, wait. That hole is... not connected, so it's just... Oh. So this falls because it's not... the only connection's here, so I need to connect it to this. Which means that this... if we're gonna make anything transparent, I'm gonna make that transparent. Why wouldn't I make that transparent? That's not gonna work. There's only one thing that will work. That's thinking before you do actions. That's gonna take a little bit. Okay. Now that I've started using my brain again, that should alleviate, yeah, that gap is gone now. Now it's time to deal with the other one that I was complaining about. This. Let's start off with the age-old. You're now one piece again. And then... Go. There. Finally, how expensive is a stupid Switch? Too expensive, can't buy another. Oh! Just nasty. Okay. Great. I wanted to pick these up again. I really wish that that music would stay. I kind of want that music right now, because it's not like I'm going to be hearing anything else for a little bit. Come here, little itty bitty bitty. Actually, I might be able to get away with one extension. If I can, that would be preferable. Actually, be this. Okay. Why must this fight me so extensively? What is the purpose of making me go through all this? Okay. And why do the high traction devices suffer low traction when you increase the weight? These are the questions that vex me. These questions. 3. Oh! This stream is bad. Watch. Oh. Yeah, somebody just actively speaking dumped a lot of I guess I'll refer to it as self-marketing inside of my chat. So that is what that is. Although the actual name doesn't match the actual flipping stream at, so that is what we would refer to as a bot. At least that's from my perspective. To add in someone and the at does not match the name, I call that suspicious. Also, very blatantly spammed, which I don't know what the heck is going to happen with that. Auto moderation usually is better about this, but you know what? so far it's actively handled things better than Rumble has, so I'm not going to exactly sit down and be too much of a skeptical individual on that front. I have dealt with worse. Okay. Let's go down the routes with it. Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah, this almost. I forgot that that's how that works. Come on. Come on. Okay, that is not a connection I would usually trust, but this is literally for temporaries and for nowsies. It'll do the trick. Come on. Get it over there. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and go to this. Activate that. Get a little bit less of a headache. Okay. Hopefully now we can get this climbing thing done. Don't know. We'll find out. One less piston, people. One less piston. Like, I'm not going to say I'm happy that it is so extensively toppling around the place. What the crap? You want to flip one more time? There we go. Crap, this thing can... Starting to get frames. That's thinking nice. I mean, thinking frame rate's dropping like crap. How fun. Why is the frame rate dropping so much? I do not know. I'm actually going to probably do the bigger climb here because I think that I can do it at this point because I don't know, overconfidence. But the lighter machine seems to be more capable of climbing, which is true, but it is also far more capable of flipping. Which is apparently something that I did not put into account for. Okay. Gosh, just remove a few flipping pistons and shock and surprise, you can do a lot. Okay. Starting to question the pathway that I chose, but so far it's doing better than it probably deserves to. Okay. Yeah, if I can get up here, up there, then probably golden. Not automatically gonna happen, but will confirm would be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to aim to land on that plateau there. Thank goodness. Okay, so we landed on this little plateau, this very nice little plateau. Okay. I fail to see the point where there is terrain. Insufficient funds. Ah, of course there's insufficient funds. There's always insufficient funds. The funds are always insufficient with you, aren't they? Aren't they, cup holder? Sit down. Prepare. Put all this time in, and then insufficient funds. Always insufficient funds. Please stop putting the stinking hints on the screen. Please don't jump. There's the flip. Okay. Okay. Really, what I need to try and do is go up this cliff. But I can't. I already know that I can't. Gosh, this terrain is not really scrub type terrain, and you kind of have to approach from the back. No. I'm gonna try and get over here. Really. Gosh. That's gonna be probably my best bet. So off onto an adventure we go. Finish the flip. what did I say about finishing the flip? Oh, whatever. Come on. It says weak suspension, so it should be better at keeping traction. Where's the button? Let's just... There we go. Reasonable goals. Reasonable goals. Stay reasonable. And... it is odd. I would have expected kick mod to kick in by now. Weird. That does actually make me question whether or not my ad matches my name. That's interesting. Hmm. Why do they make it this complicated to get off your flippin'... It's like nothing or everything with this gosh darn game. Okay, getting out of the hole. Bye. 6 minutes. Whatever. I will send, apparently. Didn't realize I was going to do that. Exactly, but you know what? I'll take it. Please don't. Finish the stick. No, no, no. What do you mean? No. Feel like I'm pulling teeth. How far am I down this road? Nowhere near where I would prefer to be. Okay, let's try taking a bit of a detour to see if we can get a little bit of greener valleys. Stop. Thank you. I so was not using that. Okay. Okay. Ignoring everything going entirely wrong in all the ways that make very little sense. So far, there is a chance. So very little, but nonetheless, a shot. We can just go a little bit off the beaten road. Yes, because I wasn't using that. This actually does look like quite a beaten road. That looks achievable. A lot more achievable than what I've been dealing with. Is that a mountain range wall right where I don't need it to be? I feel like it is, but I'm hoping it's not. There we go. There we go. There we go. Things are looking up. Ish. Hopefully. I hope. It seems to. Seems to be looking up. Looks like that whole looking up thing may have been a bit oversold there. How am I supposed to do this? What did they expect me to use here? How? How? Just how am I supposed to just fly? Recollect myself? Come on. Come on. Come on. Driving backward, don't care, keep the momentum, don't you dare jump, stop jumping, stop your jumping, this is not a time to jump for joy, this is not a time of joy, this is a time of me sitting down and not having a tiny little, I don't know what the crap, at this point, blood boilage, whatever you call it when your blood boils. Oh crap, it is on the little mountain range right where I didn't want it. Great! For all the convenience in the world, I'm going to go up over here so that I don't have to do this multiple times. This is out in the middle of nowhere. It does seem like there is a break in the mountain range right where I need it to be, so there is that. This also looks like it is fully within... Why do I have better traction in snow? That makes no sense. This does not make sense, game. Why is there better traction in snow? Why? How does that make sense? Oh yes, I gotta flip and discover the flippin' thingamabob. There we go. Station discovered. Now shut up. Let me do my job. Stupid piss drinkers. Well, at least now it makes sense. Let me get my stinking wheels on the ground. Let me drive in the dirt and soil. Let me make sure that I got it in control. Before you know, I might be losing it just a little. But at least I can feel better while knowing that I'm moving forward just a little bit at a time. Oh yeah, I may flip and change, but
My heart. Oh, yes.
I got the jumper. Like I needed to do that more. Yes, of course. I realize now. I have not been jumping enough. That is why I could not succeed. I need to somehow find another way to get in the sky more where I have nothing to guide me down the direction of which I am partaking to complete the task. Why did I spend that much time on a jumper? What was wrong with me? What? What? Okay, I've got to do it. I've got to do it now. I spent all that time. Where is this? Oh. Um. Oh. Okay. That's not for jumping. Or is it? How would that be for jumping? It's like a jumper cable, maybe? So, like, it's like supposed to connect from smaller to bigger? I guess. So, like, if I took, I guess, this space, I could use the jumper to go from 3 to 2, and then I could connect, I already don't like this thing. I'm already, wait, maybe if I use this? No. It's just kind of dumb. There's a half space. Okay. And here's the other half space. Okay, even with, now that I know what the name actually means, jump from like 3 to 2, I actually feel worse about that. Why did I spend that much time on that? What is wrong with me? Okay, guys, now that I've gotten my brand new favorite item, the jumper, stinking now at all, I'm gonna oh, I wanted the ball joint. I wanted the ball joint. How long is that gonna be? Like, if I fast travel over there, 3 kilometers. Well, given that I used the carabiner instead, and I orient myself correctly, I might not have that much problem with this. Come on, fall in. I'll take it. Come on, fall in. Did it just do that? Yep, it did. I haven't set up the better ceiling technique for this thing. There we go. That should actually be quite a quick trip. Jumper. What I needed to do is have a jumper. Spent forever on a flippin' jumper. It's 10:21. I've spent 2 hours and 27 minutes on it. I'm starting this up because I want a stupid ball joint, which I was promised forever ago. I don't even think I got before. I think I just got a different flippin' item. Which is more of a reason to deal with this now. Gosh, come on, come on. Get yourself out of the stupid rut. Out of the... Let's turn around. Let stupid wheels that are good at this handle the job. What the flip is going on here? It was supposed to be quick, because it was, functionally speaking, hard to make slow. How am I achieving this level of incompetence? Also, yeah, it's down low anyway, so I can probably just go down. So let's just... it's not like I'm gonna be able to... Why is it sticking to the ground? How is it... What the... This isn't how physics works. How did it stick to the ground? It's not friction. That's sacrificial adhesion. The only thing that does that is race car tires, which, I mean, technically? Then that would improve the stinking climbing on these things, and they climb horribly. I'm beyond confused. So close. So close. Don't think. Only move to the music. The artificial flutes will guide you down the path of insanity and through the woods of confusion until you finally reach your destination of death and dysentery. What the crap? Uh, 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, maybe this will work. Finally got my flipping ball joint. Yes, you synth flute and your idiotic foolishness. And I finally got my ball joint. Took me forever and a half. And now, because of it... What the crap? Because of it, I can now have a limp carabiner. It just does not care. That'll be great for if I want to have, you know, a device used to, like... Oh my goodness, I've hooked myself. I'm hooked! But yeah, that'll be great if I want to, actively speaking, have like a crane or something that actually just flops on the ground. That might improve something. Either way,
Don't die, it's no fun.
like or dislike as you will. If you subscribe, welcome to the ride. And don't die, it's no fun. It's basically the shtick of it. I'm gonna wave my carabiner to you to goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. When are they gonna give me fast turbos? When is that gonna happen? And I can also, like, move this out a little bit. See if that can, actively speaking, speed things up. See. Ah, it's more floppy. Yes! Okay. That's been done now. Bye! I don't do that by exiting out of the stupid kick-ack. Yeah! Toodles! I'm gonna stop streaming before I stink and have a brain blooper.